Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll show you how to do a very quick logistic regression in Python, and we'll be using Google Colab. If you're interested in knowing more about logistic regression, I have a course on Udemy about it, and I'll leave the link in the description for you to have a look. I'll also leave the link for this logistic regression notebook for you to have a look and keep to use when you need. First thing that we need to do is to import a library, and it's just one that we need, which is the stats models API. So we do import stats models, and then we do .api as sm, and then we would do just this shift enter, and then we would import the dataset. We'll be using an R dataset for this, and as well sm or stats models as a function that can let us get this dataset from R. We'll call it dataset, and then we do equals to, use our sm that we have just imported, dot, and then use the module datasets, and then dot, and then we use the function get underscore R dataset. We open the parentheses, and the first thing that we need to include is the data name, which for us is dengue. We will be having a look at the characteristics that make a certain place in Africa to have a dengue outbreak. The second thing that we need, so we do comma, is the package name, which for us is, so package equals to, which for us is the DAG, and we go all the way to the right, we do dot data, and then let's also do drop NA. Here we go. To have a look at it, we do dataset, and let me go all the way to the left, so dataset dot hat. Here we go. Open the parentheses, and let's do shift enter. The data will appear, and what we see here is that we have this no yes, which for us is the dependent variable. It is whether that region had a dengue outbreak or not. And then we have the remaining independent variables. For instance, we have the temperature, the humidity, the number of trees, and so on. The next step that we need to do is, as a command, isolate x and y. To isolate our y, we do dataset, and then we do dot lock, open the square brackets. We want all the observations, so we put a colon, then a comma, and then we just name our dependent variable. No, and then yes. Be careful of the capital N and the capital Y. Here we go, and then the x, so x equals, and then what we can do is that we can just exclude the dependent variable. So we go to our data set, and then we do dot to drop, and then we open the parentheses, and then columns equals to, and then we just need to name in the quotation marks our no, and then yes. Here we go, shift enter, and then now it's actually time to do our logistic regression. And here we go. The first thing is that we need to add a constant to our x, so this is part of the stats model, something that we need to do. It has of no value whatsoever, but it's just something that we need to do programming wise. So sm, and then we do add underscore constant, and then we include our x, and then we create our model, which will be our logistic regression. Use sm dot and then logit, and then inside what we need to include is first our endogenous variable or our dependent variable, which is our y, and then the x, and then we would do dot fit, open the parentheses, and this would be it. Let's do shift enter, because the last and final step is to have a look at the summary. And for this, we just do model dot summary, then we'd open the parentheses, and then we'll just do control enter. And here we go. We have here our dependent variable, the type of model. And just to give you a walkthrough, so the key thing is that we have the coefficients, and this is a logistic regression. So in a nutshell, if it is bigger than 0, it increases the likelihood of having a dengue outbreak. If it is negative, then it decreases the likelihood. For instance, humidity increases the likelihood of a dengue outbreak, whereas the temperature actually decreases the likelihood. Where it says temperature as well also decreases the likelihood. And as a result, we're also done with this. I'll be sure to leave in the description the link to this notebook so that you can have a look. As well, I'll also leave a link in order for you to see the remaining independent variables, so all the descriptions for you to see. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm so much looking forward to seeing you in another one. And until then, have fun.